Welcome to this video. My name is Tanuj Kumar. I am here with my team. We are looking forward to talking with you today about challenges to healthcare in India. Next, I would like to call Harshit to continue from here.
Hi everyone, I am glad to be here with you today. We are here to discuss the challenges which is being faced by the health workers. So please watch this video till the end and give like and some solutions to the problem in the Google form which is given in the description. So let's get started. Now I would like to call Ayuja.
Thanks, Ashit, for calling. So, on behalf of my team, I would like to welcome you all. So, let's start to the first problem, that is doctor density ratio. Okay, so any discussion on healthcare delivery should include arguably the most central of the characters involved, that is the human workforce. The health manpower, the stock of all individuals engaged in the promotion, protection, and improvement of population, is the backbone of the entire health system. Okay, so without them, health system can never function. Actually, in India, we don't need an so-called epidemic or for public health system to collapse. Okay, so it is a matter of routine that patients share beds and doctors are overworked. Okay, so as a study estimated that India has roughly one worker per 1,456 population, with allopathic doctors comprising 31% of the workforce, nurses 30%, pharmacists 11%, and others constitute the remaining 9%. So this workforce is even though not distributed optimally, with most preferring to work in areas where infrastructure and facilities for family life and growth are higher. Now, I would like to share some another insight that states with poor doctor population ratios are usually those with fewer medical college seats. For example, we can take the fewer states like Jharkhand, Haryana, and Chhattisgarh having very low number of college seats, which corresponds to low number of doctors when compared to the number of patients. However, states with doctor population ratio are also the ones with higher number of medical college seats. For example, states like Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, and Kerala show some good number to us. So from this, we can conclude that in general, the poorer areas of northern and central India have lower densities of health workers compared to the southern states. Okay, now talking about government hospital. Okay, in India, there is one government allopathic doctor for every 10,189 people, one government hospital bed for every 2,000 people, and one state-run hospital for every 90,000 people. I think this number are not acceptable at all. Okay, so in India, the quality care and access of health varies widely, not just between states, but also between urban and rural areas. Okay, the situation is even critical in rural areas as the distribution of health manpower is overwhelmingly skewed in favor of urban areas. Only about 40.8% of health workers are in rural areas, whereas about 70% of the population resides. In the absence of doctors, the sick make do with whoever is available, irrespective of their qualifications. Despite being routinely flagged, these shortages are seldom corrected. Learning from failure is rare, and course correction after mistakes is rarer. I think this is one of the pressing issue of our country, or it should be. I think every issue related to healthcare should be the pressing issue. Okay, so thank you so much.
Thank you so much Ayush for sharing your views on the topic doctor density ratio. Now I would like to call Pratham.
Thanks, Ashit, for calling. So, on behalf of my team, I would like to welcome you. So, let's start with our topic, that is shortage of skilled medical workforce. India is falling critical stage of healthcare provide according to WHO. Despite of health sector employing 5 million workers in India, it continues to have low density of health professionals with the figures for the country being lower than those of Sri Lanka, China, Thailand, United Kingdom, Brazil. The actual size of health workforce in India is lower than the number of medical professionals registered with the various councils and associations in the country. Now, if we talk about the statistics, the skilled health workforce in India doesn't meet minimum threshold with 22.8 skilled workers millions per 1,000 population recommended by the World Health Organization, and the estimates of non-health workers engaged in the health sector and technically qualified health professionals who are not part of current workforce is able to provide it. In India, for the first time by the study as based on the data of two sources. And now, thank you.
Thank you, Pratham, for sharing your views on the problem shortage of a skilled medical workforce. So now I will like to call Rajsri Ranu for our next problem.
Thanks Tanuj for calling. So on behalf of my team, I would like to welcome you. So let's start with my topic. And my topic is lack of medical awareness. Health is wealth is considered to be the most valuable and precious. A good health comprises a healthy physical, mental, social as well as spiritual well-being of an individual. But due to lack of medical awareness, it becomes dangerous for worsening health outcomes and highly affected quality of life during pandemic like COVID-19. Lack of medical awareness about disease and symptoms deprives people from screening and early detection. Many people are unaware of medical aid and healthcare options, which keeps them away from taking preventive action or from visiting their doctors. Lack of medical awareness led to physical and psychological side effects due to over depending on medicines. It deprives people from taking regular health checkups. People are unaware about new vaccines, which are immunity booster, helps to gain immunity against life-threatening diseases like cancer, HIV, COVID-19. It also deprives people from healthy lifestyle, which actually increase the life expectancy. Lack of knowledge about advanced medical equipments such as MRI, CT scan, people do without knowing the side effects that this can lead to cancer. During pandemic, lack of medical awareness deprives people from taking essential care, understanding hope, healthy and recovering. This led to depression and people commit suicide. Lack of medical awareness can be due to absolute inaccuracy of information by cultural taboos, myths, and fear. As a result of this, people often come to healthcare facilities when their disease has worsened or reached its last stage, resulting lower chance of effective treatment. Medical awareness helps to safeguard and manage our own health. Bigger awareness campaigns for epidemics like COVID-19 black fungus must be encouraged. Thank you.
Thanks, Rajsri, for sharing your views on the problem lack of health awareness. Now, I would like to call Sonali for discuss on some another problem.
Thanks, Harshit, for calling. So, the next problem is healthcare affordability in India. Currently, India is one of the lowest spending country on healthcare when compared with global data. The current spending on healthcare of India remains 1.6% of GDP. This greatly affects the affordability of healthcare services for which a large population of approx 138 crores. Government healthcare system is a very narrow and limited owing to lack of financial assistance and poor infrastructure, as a result of which people divert to private hospitals, which burdens them with unnecessary charges and poor affordability. Since there is a dearth of medical equipments, the charges for availing these facilities is high, making it less affordable. Also, the high cost of healthcare and out of pocket expenditure forces families to sell their assets, pushing nearly 60 million people every year into poverty. Some doctors prescribe tests and medicines more than what is necessary, making it difficult for people to afford. Also, many patients have been hindered by a lack of insurance, while even those with insurance coverage for the private sector have avoided seeking care because of which high out of expenses. Thank you.
Thanks, Sonali, for sharing your views on the problem healthcare affordability. Now I would like to call Aryan Subudhi to discuss about the next problem.
Thanks, Tanuj, for calling. So, on behalf of my team, I would like to welcome you. So, let's get start to my problem. My problem is remote location of hospitals. In the modern era of India, medical sphere healthcare was placed to be provided to everybody. To get better of this place, several medical UPSC and PSC were set up in rural and remote areas for healthcare faculties. But to very surprised, doctors were very unlikely about to go to the rural areas as it was interior to them, and most of them tended to stay at urban areas to enjoy a better life as well as practice their skill with age. this provide dependent to conditions of the hospitals of the rural and in fact of very remote areas. The various code of color of the hospitals for emergency and disaster worked efficiency in the urban areas as there was blocks of doctors, but its condition degrade through in rural and remote areas, which can be seen in the graph. Due to this, people of rural deprived to of getting better Medicare and died of severe and merry case too. So thank you.
Thanks, Aryan, for sharing your views on the problem remote location of hospitals. Now, I would like to call Sapna Rani to talk about the next problem.
Thanks, Harshit, for calling. Health officials across northern and western India, including the capitals, New Delhi, said they were in crisis, with most hospitals full at running out of oxygen. Delhi Health Minister Satyendra Jain said the city needed about 5,000 more intensive care beds. A 2011 study estimated that India has roughly 20 health workers per 10,000 population, with allopathic doctors comprising 31% of the workforce, nurses and midwives 30%, pharmacists 11%, others 9%. The workforce is not distributed optimally, with most preferring to work in areas with infrastructure and facilities for family life and growth the higher. In general, the poorer areas of northern and central India have lower density of health workers compared to the southern states. According to rural health statistics to the government of India, about 10.4% of the sanctioned posts of auxiliary nurse midwives are vacant, which rises to 40.7 of the post male health workers. 27% of doctor posts at PHCs were vacant, which is more than a quarter of the sanctioned post. Authorities have announced vaccines will be available to anyone over 18 from May 1, but experts say that there will be not enough for the 600 million people who will be become eligible. Thanks.
Thanks, Sapna, for sharing your views on the problem, crumbling health infrastructure. So I would like to call Divya Ranjan for the next problem.
Hello everyone, I am Divya Ranjan Biswaswar. I want to highlight the problem faced by the people to access the healthcare facilities due to the disparities between the rural and urban areas. I would say that the larger part of the problem lies with the doctor's intentions. They intend to earn more money and set up private clinics in urban areas and hesitate to serve people in rural areas. And another part of it could be lack of awareness among the people in rural areas. Now coming to urban areas, in spite of having all the facilities, they are not able to access it. The foremost reason to be looked after is excess trafficking in urban areas. Due to excess traffic, people lose fighting to death on the way itself. I think if this problem can be solved, many lives could be saved. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Divya Ranjan, for talking about the problem rural-urban disparity. Now, for next problem, I would like to call Yash Nayan.
Hello everyone, I am Yash Nayan and I am going to discuss the problem of healthcare access and quality in India. Over the last 3 years, we have seen a raging debate on how India's healthcare sector has become expensive and unaffordable. However, India ranks 145th among 195 countries in terms of quality and accessibility of healthcare, behind its neighbors like China, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, and Bhutan. Only access to healthcare is not enough. Good quality care is needed for better outcomes. Policy making, that is bureaucracy, is certainly one of the most important aspects for providing effective healthcare services. The problem in India is fundamentally to supply that demand. Policy making has to largely focus on encouraging capacity creation in the supply side. The government's approach has been mostly diseases burden specific. In 2008, the government launched Rashtriya Swasthya Bima Yojana at national level to provide social security to mitigate health risk for the BPL families. The objectives were to reduce expenditure on health and increase access to health care. In September 2018, the Government of India launched Ayushman Bharat, or known as Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. This scheme aims to covering 10 crore families with the health cover of up to 5 lakh per year. The allocation for the scheme in the first year is rupees 2000 crores. For example, if 1 to 2% of the target beneficiary family seeks insurance annually, its amount to rupees 50 to 1 lakh crore. As critics point out, even a budget of rupees 10,000 crore for 10 crore families to cover by the scheme translate to just 1,000 rupees per family. Many of these centers lack basic amenities, both electricity and running water being rarely available. The annual spend on each center would total approximately rupees 15 to 16 lakh each year, which translate to the scheme costing approximately 23,000 crores annually. The proposed sum of rupees 1200 crores for this center is not enough for a meaningful transformation to the 1.5 lakh facilities. So, thank you.
Thanks, Yashnayan, for sharing your views on the problem healthcare access and quality. And thank you, everyone, also for sharing your views on all the problems related to the topic healthcare system in India. Thanks for watching this video. And don't forget to like the video and also please give some suggestions about the problems which we have discussed which on the Google form link which is given in the description box. Thank you.